Welcome back to Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. Rollen Green, you are you. And this is what we're going to do. Samson is actually one of my favorites, but the releases are few and far between. That's cool. I should have, off the top of my head, I can't remember his other, on the channel, got his other action. It's not always about Joe Biden's great decisions with the country and our economic future. No, he's, just straight rap music. But it's funny. It made me think about this being, we got a little quote from the sniffer guy. I named the cat after his kid. I named the cat Hunter. I figure it lets us talk about, okay, we had a Pablo. He was actually named after Pablo Escobar, right? And Pancho is Pancho Villa, kind of thing, right? So I thought, right now, who's, kind of, what's a notorious criminal going to live on forever through cocaine jokes and bad art? Hunter! Meow, meow, meow. So the cat is named Hunter. He was fated to be here. It just worked out that way. And, I figured help the cat join the show. We'd name him something appropriate. Like this guy here's son. Now, we're growing the economy from the middle up. From the middle out and the bottom up. Yeah. Lowering costs for hardworking families. Yeah, no, that's why quiet quitting is such a thing, because hardworking families are getting everything they need. And making smart investments in America. Yeah, like they're really, yeah, how's that going in New York? How's all them investments in America going over there? Oof, I hear if you don't let your kids mutilate themselves, they'll take them away from you in California. Hey, how's these smart decisions going? Yeah, it looks like we're excelling everywhere. It's funny because Samson, I don't know what we're going to find here in Price Hike, but he does have a nice comment on male lactation and the sickness of mind within that whole idea. So, I'm just saying, it is what it is. You ain't ready for that kind of ride, you probably shouldn't be here.
I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, yet I'm still backpacking. I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, I'm in the same tax bracket. I made a little money off of rap, but not enough to make me rich, I mean it too. I just say that to say that I'm still down here in the real world, feeling everything with you, and I'm fucking pissed. I got a big bone to pick with all these motherfucking activists, all these rappers and actors and notable figures that act like they know how bad this shit is. I love being lectured and ridiculed about the fact that I don't have an electric vehicle, tweeting about climate change from your private plane while I pay an arm and leg to get some fuel. Thank God my car doesn't take premium. I'd have to get a second job just to break even. Then they cranked it up $3 and brought it down $2, and I'm supposed to be happy and act like I'm proud of you. And to add to injury, I got Kamala telling me I need to go electric and I have to act quick, and all it's gonna cost me is $50,000. Well, guess what? I don't have that, bitch. And even if I did, I would buy a big truck just.
Now, when I started this, I knew so little about rap, and I listened to I thought it was a joke. I literally thought 46 equals 12, or basically the condemnation of Biden and what he did in Afghanistan and all that. Great track. Or at least the second half was. First half was kind of about being a pervert and, dead man walking, zombie, just basically elder abuse victim being puppeted up in front so, secret deep state agents can run everything. Something like that. It was his song, not, I'm just trying to, remember how it went. But I thought it was a big joke. Like, I didn't respect, I didn't know enough about the rap or anything. And I was like, he makes the spitting the bars seem effortless sometimes when he's just got a fucking mouthful of, syllables and a head full of ideas. It's just cool. I'm pretty sure there's more than one individual on this channel hopping on the metaphorical bus ride to, Smoketown who can agree with all of this shit.
dollars. Well, guess what? I don't have that, bitch. And even if I did, I would buy a big truck just to rub it in your face because I don't give a fuck. I would put a big smokestack on the top of it and blow black smoke every time
I said we followed, so we went out to breakfast this morning. A little late to the game, but I been serving people for 2 months now. So I'm like, hey, I want someone to serve me. And I finally went someplace where I didn't have to worry about being complete crap. But we were following this truck, and he had the fake pipes sticking out. And I was talking to Ange about blowing black smoke and that whole group. And I'm like, why put them on there if they're not going to be working? And he was towing something, so obviously it wasn't hooked up to do what Samson is referencing here. But it was like, yeah, don't go halfway. Halfway makes you look like a goofball. Or, you're trying too hard. Either do it or don't. But don't LARP at it. That's what is crazy.
Face because I don't give a fuck. I would put a big smokestack on the top of it and blow black smoke every time I open throttle it. And it's not because I hate the climate. It's because I don't trust you or the things you wish me to do. I would cut the floor out of the bottom of my car and start running like the Flintstones before I listen to you. I hate when people tell me they would rather not talk about it because they don't like to get political. I cannot afford supplies.
Yeah, no, that's just an escape for everybody who wants to go, I don't want you to be mad at my opinions. It's not political. Fuck, living is. Because if you're not shouting from the fucking rooftops that something's wrong, you are complacent and compliant to it. You don't get to just sit at the edge of the apocalypse and coax it on. It means, and I like making jokes about sitting on the edge watching it all burn. Those are jokes. Eventually, you got to get off the bench. Now, I've taken the appropriate, nice, soft, safe words approach. But, the conversations get a flying now. And it turns out very rarely do activist talking points actually get into our discussions. But a whole lot of what should just be common sense and birth-given rights comes into conversation all the time. It's very interesting. Very interesting what they say people talk about on the fucking TV, the radio, the whatever, and the conversations we're actually having. It's kind of cool.
Running like the Flintstones before I listen to you. I hate when people tell me they would rather not talk about it because they don't like to get political. I cannot afford supply shortages and high mortgages. It's not politics. All this shit is literal. That's money draining out of your bank account to make it work. To the point that it breaks you down and makes you hurt. Paying
Oh, yeah, no, I needed, Timo. What the hell is the name of that? Man, I discovered the joy of having inexpensive crap shipped to my house. It's really fun. I can't afford any of it, but man, they'll ship it for almost nothing. Now, I kind of got lost there. I was having so much fun, but I had to visit my honey and get her up and say, hey, what are you doing? Samson is ripping on, all kinds of stuff. It's very cool. Let's go back and see what was he talking about?
Bank account to make it work. To the point that it breaks you down and makes you hurt. Paying insane amounts taken out of your savings. They promised that they were gonna save you. How? They made it worse. We should be a flourishing nation, not a country with soaring inflation. There's nothing more.
Now, we bitch about this over here, and people had to do what they got to do, so I hold no ill will. But every handout was turned down. Why? Because I completely understood that would, make me going along with what was coming after it. And unless, as an ex-Minnesotan, when 9/11 hit and Ventura was the first to mobilize, your National Guard troops, and right on it, he cut a check to everybody because the state had a surplus. That's different. Pretty sure the Fed doesn't run with a surplus of anything. I mean, pedos, elite secret, vampire, child traffickers and shit like that. But, surplus money, I don't think so. I think, only offshore black accounts, secret budget stuff hidden for alphabet agencies. A government evil alphabet, not a sexual perversion alphabet. But, alphabet this nonetheless. And, they probably have surpluses coming out their a-holes. Both groups have a lot of stuff coming out their a-holes. But that's another whole story whatsoever. But all I'm saying is, I kind of knew that everybody be distracted with free money. No, everything will be fine. It'll work out good on the other side. Is that all it takes? A big bag of dope or Cheetos or whatever the fuck satisfies our consumption needs to distract us from what comes next. Huh. Interesting thoughts.
They were gonna save you how? They made it worse. We should be a flourishing nation, not a country with soaring inflation. There's nothing more infuriating than the...
It's funny, my cheap ass lighter that looks really cool. I was talking to a coworker and trying to explain that, it was just in one lifetime that the things went from being the top. I mean, you got to go to German engineering or Swiss precision. Right now, I admit I watched, Japanese retool and really conquer electronics markets and stuff like that. But I mean, it meant something. Our factories produced, right, best in the world kind of shit for a while. And for everyone that turns your stomach, obviously this isn't the video for you, but everyone who's like, fuck yeah, we did. Well, how do you explain to these kids that now everything we make is shit because someone's, grandkids sold out everybody so they could, go to the island? I'm just saying that must be what everyone does with it because no one's saving the world. I ain't got nothing but shit coming out of shit factories with shit employees. Right? I use boxes to put a product in. The boxes can't even consistently from one case to the other doesn't seem like they know how to run the lines anymore. Too little glue in this spot, bad fold in that spot, and I'm like, that's what passes for quality now. No wonder. But then, work ethic went down the toilet too, and there's all kinds of shit. Oh, Samson, preach on.
Soaring inflation, there's nothing more infuriating than the fact that nobody takes blame for this poor demonstration. Like, what? It just happened like that?
Oh, shit! I do, with the loss of work ethic and our drive, and then the inability to actually raise our kids and let the state control system have a fucking say in their lives. That was stupid.
Like, what? It just happened like that? Nothing to do with your administration. You blamed it on Putin and called it his price hike, but shit was going up way before the invasion. Now, how does that work? Really, I'm baffled. Sick of being treated like a stupid blind asshole. Next thing I know, I'm gonna turn on CNN and they'll be trying to tell everybody that Putin time traveled. Wouldn't put it past them. Crooked little rats, so easily and spineless, always looking for a snack, searching for the next reputation to tear apart and trash when the views that you have and theirs aren't exact. They feed you bullshit and expect you to eat it, then they read you bullshit and expect you to believe it, like everything that you witnessed isn't for certain or real, and you're just supposed to forget all your personal experiences. Like all the money that you spent, you still have the shit. You didn't really spend any of it, you just imagined it. All the cash that you wasted on behalf of this inflation didn't happen. It's just a figment of your imagination and it's all gone.
Damn! And I mean, he was just spitting straight fire, right? I mean, that is... I don't believe his delivery is any easy feat. He just makes it seem like it's simple. Samson, price hike, more to come. Thank goodness something got under his, he got a little burr under his bonnet. No, it's not for me to say hope or whatever, but I'm grateful when he delivers. So, that was cool. And definitely got, that's good stuff. Let's get this stuff rolling up onto, the interwebs.